CPG businesses have been going through significant cost pressures over the last couple of years, right? We have seen nearly a 30-year high in cost prices this year, right? Now, what is really leading to that, right? And that is multiple factors, right? Firstly, we are seeing global shortages in supply chain. We're seeing economic disruptions related to the COVID-19 pandemic. We're also seeing raw material prices rising on a continued basis. What that really means is that, margins are getting thinner and thinner for CPG businesses, and they will need to pass on these to the retailers and the end consumer finally. Now, the issue is that, over the last year or so, right, what we're seeing is a lot of the CPG businesses are trying to absorb those margins to gain market share. But guess what? Start of 2022, we're already seeing businesses, we have to do something about it. We need to start seeing how we can actually pass it back to the consumer, to the retailers, and do it in a fashion so that it really doesn't impact the market share too much. What we're finding is that companies that already have established revenue growth management team, or the more evolved that team is, are far better equipped to manage some of these challenges. Please remember, the CPG businesses have been going through a lot of pressure, even from a demand angle, right, for the last few years. RGM teams are really a new phenomena in many of these businesses. And what we're finding is that, CPG businesses which have established RGM team, which is far more evolved and evolved in the sense that, they have been looking at pricing and promotion strategies for far longer. They've been looking at assortment planning. They've been looking at ranging. They've been looking at other sort of solutions on a regular basis, partnering with marketing teams, partnering with category teams, partnering with sort of supply chain and procurement teams as well, to be able to actually deliver that insight and that robustness in the category intelligence, if you may. Those are the kinds of companies which are well equipped to actually manage some of these challenges. Well, there are a number of things that CPG businesses can actually do to ensure success in these challenging times. Number one, right, that is really to build your category intelligence, not really just looking at pricing trends and historical trends in price, but also going more granular in your analysis of the data that you have. So for example, looking at price volume curves, looking at promotions incrementality, looking at marketing effectiveness, range planning. These are all things which will give you that edge versus the competition when you go to your retailer. The second thing is that organizations need to start looking at both internal and external data. Internal data, which is around your pricing and your COGS and so on and so forth, is just not enough. What you need to start doing is incorporating external data, which is data that you may not have control over, but it's really important to factor those in. And that is what is really going to help you actually build better revenue growth strategies. CPG businesses now also need to develop their models and algorithms at the SKU level. They need to go granular because that's where the decision making is with the retailers, within the CPG sales teams, and so on and so forth. And now it's far more easier because now you have retailers as well who are willing to share that data in partnership. And you're seeing a number of those examples out there, which means that organizations can do a lot more, which benefits the retailers, which benefits the CPG businesses, but also the end consumer. And the fourth one, right, which is really important, is the fact that organizations need to start simulating, right, and developing what-if scenarios to understand how they're going to react when the competition actually makes changes, or if there are changes in the macroeconomic scenarios, right? They need to have a plan B or a C or a D ready, right, so they can react very quickly to market changes.